on all of our different connection areas. So I hope you can join us on Instagram, everywhere, and we will begin right away for everyone. We have a lot of requests tonight. So, hello. Our first request is for John K. for stroke affecting right arm. But as we do that right now, I just want to get a couple of pieces of information. I'm getting information from all over the planet at the moment. All right. So let's do this. Hopefully the session did not time out. Thank you very much. So our 3-part process, tapping blood flow to the brain, sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system. Why do we do that? That covers everything. Blood flow to the brain increases oxygen, nutrients, and all of these different things so that we can actually kind of initiate the brain wound or brain body connection. So blood flow from the heart and hello Mumashari. Blood flow to the brain. So the main target area of the brain is 2 sets of command points. So as I continue to tap, it would be great if people could give feedback, better, worse, no change from last week or last year. And let me get, oh, that doesn't make it. There we go. So the command points of the brain are sensory cortex, motor cortex, hypothalamus, and pituitary. Command points of the brain stem, especially the center point. So you can see my hands. I'll sit back a little bit so we can see you. GV17, which is good for the veins, for requests we have, but also the heart. GV17. And then blood flow, nerve flow for the heart. So we'll actually do that together for Tim and for Outgoing Trailblazer. So T5 for the heart, T6, T5 for the heart and the pericardium. T6 for shortness of breath. And for John, brachial plexus for the arms. No sound. Okay, so unfortunately Instagram is not smart enough. Starting Instagram again. Sorry about that. If the sound goes out, Instagram and the phone is just not smart enough to fix it. There's nothing I can do except to restart. Sorry about that. So also for the heart, shortness of breath, CV17. Thank you for coming back on Instagram. Appreciate it. Yep. Yay. We got the hearing fixed. No choice. Restart. So as I said, let me know how you're doing. Better, worse, the same. Any additional things we can focus on for you to make sure. But I'm going to go to my one member of the tribe has experienced remarkable improvement in her joint pain. Great, keep up the good work. Other things you can do for joint pain are turmeric, ideally fermented turmeric with black pepper. There's even a gummy from Garden of Life, which you can take for inflammation and pain. pH Adjust, which is a morning bicarbonate of soda, which starts to alkalize and reduce inflammation as well. But we want to focus on the heart for Tim and John K. for the stroke. So the brachial plexus to the right arm, lumbosacral plexus to the right leg. Thank you for coming back, Dorothy. Appreciate it. Q1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for anti-inflammation, which we will get to. Infection, right foot, so lack of circulation, lack of immune system attention to that area as well. So the aortic stenosis, so we work on the CV17 for the heart and the aorta, as well as T7 for the aorta as well. Shortness of breath, breath retraining, resistance training will help with the capacity of the breath and also to regulate the heart. But for you especially, sensory cortex, motor cortex, and the biochemistry also through sea vegetables. So let's work again, CV17 for Tim. And then grounding. Liver 3 and kidney 1. So let me make sure I don't miss anybody on Instagram. Good to see all of you. I'm going to bring you up closer. And Dorothy, looking for bone density. Absolutely. We will get there. So let's work with okay. So let's make sure we get all these. So Elder Georgia Tribe, 66 to 95, good range. Helen, Linda, Tess, Cindy, Bruce, Durham, Tim, Steve, and Brian. Concussion, memory loss, atherosclerosis, middle ear granulomas, chronic fatigue, essential tremors, hypothyroid, arthritic joints, and so on. Okay, blood flow to the brain. Whew. Blood flow to the brain. So if you're not doing it already, sit with your feet flat on the floor, palms face up. Sometimes it's good just to listen and close your eyes. Always breathe in and out through the nose. And if you think of it, exhale longer than inhale. Command points of the brain. And blood flow to the brain, especially for concussions. carotid artery, vertebral artery, and occipital artery, which is also good for memory loss. Complete tune-up for everything from the neck up and the brain, including middle ear granulomas. And you have chronic fatigue, make sure you're getting plenty of iron, but believe it or not, more important might be copper. GB789. So essential tremors, the good herb Mucuna pruriens. And command point to the brain stem. Chronic fatigue. Check your blood work for inflammation markers. Reduce, focus on plant-based nutrition as much as possible. And Lori Ann Peretta, lichen, is it a lichen like a fungus? Hybrid planopilaris, scalp, eyebrows, and eyelids. Do they know the cause of that? If you can give me more information, that would be great. Sounds like an autoimmune condition. And C6, C7, hypothyroid. Yep, an autoimmune condition that attacks hair follicles. Okay. T1 to T8 for arthritic joints. Atherosclerosis, arthritic joints. Brachial plexus for the nerves, for the hands, for arthritis. Lumbosacral plexus. For the waist and the legs. And grounding, liver 3 and kidney 1. So yeah, essential tremors. Velvet bean, Mucuna pruriens would be a good option, but let's work on that. Substantia nigra, part of the brain for essential tremors. So next we will work on bone density, also the hypothyroid and parathyroid. And lichen planopilaris. Blood flow to the brain. So for any autoimmune condition, I would really boost up probiotics. Fermented foods, actually even better, fermented foods. I would do castor oil packs for the liver, fermented foods, and clay baths for the whole body, detox. Command points of the brain, command points of the brain stem. So, TBI, traumatic brain injury. And Esther, I hope I didn't miss it, but I didn't see your text. If you want to jump in, that would be great. So, for the brain, we'll work with Augustina And for Deb, for the brain, blood flow to the brain, carotid artery, vertebral artery, and spinal artery. Infrared saunas, also Lori. C1 to C7, C6, C7. Make sure that Instagram people don't get cut off from power. There we go. They're good to go. T1 to T8, inflammation, but C6, C7, thyroid, parathyroid. And for the bones, for Dorothy, C6, C7 for the bones. Actually, the 3 points, C6, C7, T1. That's the classic 3 set of points for the bones. And Momashari will continue working with the bones as well. And perfect blood. Craniosacral fluid for the bone marrow support. And loose teeth, so C6, C7, C4, 5, 6, and 7. And we work with the blood flow to the brain for the concussions, mental confusion and memory, GB13, right side. And for constipation, I always recommend, we actually have a 7-day constipation program, but you also have our Detox Clay program, which can greatly benefit constipation as well. 14 days of clay detox, which is the best for detoxing. It's actually a binder, which electromagnetically binds to toxins, escorts them out of the body. And some more work on the ears, vestibular cochlear nerves, and the ouch point for the ears. And let's work on the receding gums, the ouch points, and C4 and C5. From Tongren for constipation, microbiome T11, T12, also good for autoimmune conditions for Lori. L4, L5, lumbosacral plexus for constipation. L4, L5, S1, S2. So T1 to T8 for autoimmune once more, especially T4 for hair. So everything you can do to reduce inflammation, increase alkalinity, increase hydration, increase mineral density to reverse the autoimmune trigger that's occurring. And grounding liver 3 and kidney 1. So for the bones, we worked on the bone marrow and the craniosacral fluid, which supports the bones as well. Okay. Let's continue. Brother-in-law Kim ruptured his left eye 3 weeks ago. Wow, ruptured him. Was that because of blood pressure? What could have ruptured his eye? Had surgery on it, and for the time being still has the eye, which is great. No vision, so that is left eye. Okay, let's work on the left eye. Probably require more surgeries. And we also will still include vertigo and allergies as well. For Laurie, we didn't forget that. And Dryad 58 is having life block issues. Welcome to America. Welcome to the 21st century. Is this 22nd? 21st, sorry. Okay. So let's work on the vision. Left eye. Really focus on the eye. Welcome, Walt Schuler. Command points in the brain. Ouch point for the left eye. Let's really focus on that. So the eyes. And for Catherine as well, the eyes, C3. GV17 medulla for circulation to the veins. C3 for the eyes. Lots of headaches. I can imagine GV20 specifically for headaches, and GV17 for dizziness and vertigo. Vertigo for Laurie. Yep, that's it. GV17 for balance. T1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anti-inflammation. Yes, Janet, for bone marrow, we will do it. T1 for the bone marrow, and craniosacral fluid for the bone marrow. Craniosacral fluid is like a nourishment for the bone marrow. If you have ITP or leukemia, those are a couple of things. There are some good herbal remedies for those as well. So T4 for the breast cancer, DIM. Check it out for hormone balancing aromatase management for breast cancer. And for everyone, for all cancers, Essiac 8 herb formula shown to reduce tumor sizes. If you think of cancer and tumors in a two-part process, number one, herbs to reduce tumors, alkalinity to negatively impact the environment that enhances tumors. Number three, direct castor oil packs to increase lymph drainage and reduce inflammation and to reduce tumors as well. So that's kind of a three-part process that I highly recommend. So for life blockages, CV17 for the heart chakra. Connect to your true self. Focus on gratitude, humility, sincerity, and compassion. They will unblock life's blockages. Dogs with cancer can drink Essiac. Yes, yes, yes. Can they do castor packs on dogs? That would be tough. Depends on the location. I recently found a castor oil salve, so that may be an option. And grounding for the 3 and kidney 1. So we have live play CDA here with us, which is great. Momashari, Angelic Lights, Angelic Light X, all here with us from Instagram. Great to see you guys. Awesome. So next, it's all for Catherine asking about SCI for animals. Of course, it's really good for animals. It's all about dosing. I can get the exact dosing per pound, but in general, it's 3 ounces 3 times a day for humans, which is probably let's just say 150 pounds. So cut that in half for a 75-pound animal. 1.5 ounces 3 times a day would be a good initial dose. So let's continue to work on life blockages. So in Tong, third eye for our true selves, and heart chakra connecting to our heart of compassion. So tap to heal sharp pain for Esther, hips, bladder, left arm pain and weakness. So let's begin. Blood flow to the brain. Left arm pain. Let's open up the nerves to the left arm. Let's think of other things for pain. Tromeal, which is arnica cream. 200 cc, which is arnica pain relief. Turmeric with black pepper for inflammation and pain. But I think we've tried those before, Esther, so we need to try next, or maybe all of the above. T1 to T8, anti-inflammation and pain. Left arm pain, so brachial plexus to the left arm, and weakness, so let's work on the microbiome. T11, T12, L4, L5. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1, but the bladder, T7 blood flow, nerve flow, so T7 blood flow, S1 to S5 for everything related to the bladder. For Esther, and CV4, the Dantian and energetic center near the bladder as well. And we will also tap for Marilyn with high blood sugar for sure. So next we have Happy Mama. Happy Mama and Laura. And Great Being and less. Blood flow to the brain. Is there anyone interested in joining? We still have time. We have seats available for the 2-week detox program. It's real simple. We send you the clay and herbs. We meet on Zoom. We have an online course to support you with different things as well. Blood flow to the brain, command points of the brain. Command points of the brain stem. GB13 for a worry-free mind. Yep, thank you for your request, Tim, as well. And as we're going through, let me know how you're feeling and how you're possibly improving. So, blood flow, nerve flow, but bones, healthy blood, which comes from the bones. T1 for the bones, T3 for the lymph, T7 for the lymph, the spleen, the largest lymph node of the body. T1 for the bones, and craniosacral fluid for the bones. A lot I learned from Hannah Kroger, a naturopath from the 1930s, who cured 5,000 kids of childhood leukemia. True story. Focusing on the tailbone and the bone marrow. Triad 58, feeling lightheaded, just sit and breathe through your nose, slow, rhythmic breathing. That'll help your lightheadedness, and focus on put your mind in your feet and the bottom of your feet. Oh, you fell out of bed. That's what caused the eye problem. I'm sorry to hear that. You can do something simple for your eyes too, and it won't be obtrusive. You look up Master Go, G-O-H, or just rub your hands until they're really warm and put them over your eyes. Do that all day, to get your eyes, get chi into your eyes, eyeballs. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. Healthy blood, lymph, strong immune system, T1 to T8. GB13 for Laura. Lumbosacral plexus. The microbiome, T11 to 12, L4, L5. C6, C7. So for great being, thyroid, parathyroid to balance out. So superior, inferior thyroid arteries, pituitary, which manages the thyroid and parathyroid, and C6, C7. Blood flow, nerve flow to the spine. L3 for the prostate. L3 for the ovaries, ovarian tumors for Gail Fisher. For that, I highly recommend Castrol packs on the belly. And continue on down and tap for energy. A great point is CV4 for the charge the battery, and stomach 36. An additional point for the bones for Happy Mama GB39. To complete that for you. And we'll do a complete lymph tune-up for everyone as well. Gail Fisher, nice to see you. So next we work with Marilyn, high blood sugar, blood flow to the brain, high blood sugar and bone regeneration for Gentle Companion. Command points to the brain and brain stem. How is the regeneration of the left arm going? I think we've talked about this for over a year now. I would definitely use some of those bone growing silica. Silica products like Grow Bone or Algae Cal from Canada, or clay packs with lots of silica, the precursors to collagen. Left mid shaft humerus bone. Let's work on the whole arm. In the arm we have the humerus, ulnar, and radial nerves and bones. Radial nerve palsy. So let's go to the source. Lumbosacral plexus. So over the last year, has this improved? Have you gotten any bone density tests? Muscle atrophy, definitely massage, castor oil, infrared light therapy. Autoimmune condition, T1 to T8. For Lakshmi, autoimmune. T8 is also for the pancreas, for high blood sugar for Marilyn. Blood flow, lumbosacral brachial plexus down to the arms for the elbows. Lumbosacral plexus for the nerves down to the knees and toes. Better digestion is T11, T12, L4, L5, the microbiome, and of course the stomach, T9, left side. So a good trick to breathe through the nose at night for sleep is sleep tape. It's a good idea. Remove stress to slow rhythmic breathing, longer exhales. High cholesterol really depends if it's high. If your diet is relatively plant-based, your cholesterol is probably fine. The levels of cholesterol can be exaggerated. And balancing sugar, T8, pancreas. So inflammation for high blood sugar, and T8 for high blood sugar. And the best way to reduce high blood sugar is to remove the resistance, which is insulin resistance, which is caused by too much fat in the diet, too many saturated polyunsaturated fats, and animal-based fats. That would be the main cause. That's if it's type 2 diabetes, particularly. So for less, we'll do it again. Tap the thyroid, parathyroid from Lesage and then Ferris. Okay, blood flow to the brain. And we tapped for Augustina, but we'll tap again for her. So Augustina, let's everybody listen. Augustina's scan results are stable. This is with an issue on the brain stem, so she is stable still. In many ways, she'll probably just grow out of this. It's not an issue. It's not causing any impact, if I'm speaking correctly, no vision issues, no balance issues, and things like that. So she's stable. So Augustina is stable. Woohoo! Let's hear it for Augustina. Brain stem issue, brain stem cancer, they called it, but it seems like it's resolving. It is at least stable, and they've been getting several tests. So thank you very much for that good news. Thank you. So blood flow to the brain, superior, inferior thyroid arteries for less, and C6, C7 for less. And we'll work on TBI for Heather for sure, Tim. We'll do that right now. Blood flow to the brain, 3 parts. Carotid artery, vertebral artery, and spinal artery, and occipital artery, actually. Yeah, can I give a... I was hoping I could give a thumbs up or something for Augustina. So anybody here for cancer, there are some things, and some may even be controversial. One is pH adjust. You want to create the environment, go plant-based. You can't create, because eating animal drugs, hormones, pesticides, no fiber is a cancer causer for sure. So pH adjust. Fenbendazole, I think that is a good option to recommend. SEACT, red light, infrared light therapies, hydration, juicing, any of those things you can do. For the eyes for mum, eyesight and optic nerve. It's near the pituitary. It goes through, over the area of the pituitary. I know that because I had a pituitary adenoma growth in my brain, which I got rid of. But they kept testing my vision because it's near the optic nerve. So GV20 for the optic nerve. GV23, 24 for the optic nerve as well. T5 for the heart. GV17 for the heart. And CV17 for the heart. And for TBI for Heather, 3 blood flows, carotid artery, vertebral artery, and occipital artery. Command points to the brain. Command points to the brain stem. And anti-inflammation for TBI, T1 to T8. T5 for the heart. CD17 for the heart. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And intrigued earthling, you're next. Dolly Tenzer. Woohoo, good to see you. Janet, that sounds awesome. Lemon vinaigrette. Yep, always have lemon with your greens. That's a good tip. That increases the iron availability when you're eating. All those things. It also reduces oxalates. It was on a different area that I was looking at before. People are worried about that. Detox red cabbage salad, and as a side or as often as you can, or even a liquid, fermented foods as well. But that's great. You're doing awesome. Cabbage salad with fruit, nuts, parsley, not too many nuts, and lemon vinaigrette. Sounds delicious. Send us a picture. Let's go to the brain. Good job, Janet. So, pondering traveler. Yep. So we skipped. We don't want to skip. So we will for Dryad 58, lower back pain, intrigued earthling, peritoneal cancer. Let's go to the brain. Blood flow, nerve flow, spinal artery. High fiber diet is the way to go. Lower back pain, lumbosacral plexus for Dryad 58. And peritoneal cancer, so blood flow and nerve flow for the lower back and for the peritoneum. T7, L4, L5, so L3, 4, and 5. So detox from mold, I really recommend clay, or there are specific mold herbal remedies, Mycozil from Global Healing. So let's work on the lungs. T3 for the lungs, C3, 4, 5 for the sinuses. Blood flow to the brain for cognitive dysfunction and sleep. GD17. T1 to T8 for infections, sinus infections, and all infections. T1 to T8 for gentle companion. Mobility is better, but still pain over the elbow and surgery point, and the fingers develop arthritis. So lumbosacral plexus. Wheatgrass balm, really good for arthritis for everyone. If you have any nerve issues, wheatgrass balm or spray is brilliant for that as well. Very important. So I wanted to do a last check to see if people are interested in the 14-day clay herb detox program you can do from the comfort of your home. Cognitive dysfunction, especially occipital arteries. Gentle companion, hard to bend the fingers, T1 to T8. I would definitely put some either aloe on your fingers, but better still, the wheatgrass balm on your fingertips for sure. That re-energizes nerve connections and rewires broken nerve connections. T1 to T8. Sacral plexus and down the legs. And for everyone, happy mama and everyone, cancer, autoimmune, everything, a lymph drainage tune-up. Axillary, the lymph of the neck. Axillary lymph of the armpits. Inguinal lymph of the groin. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And one last boost for oxygen for everyone. Phrenic nerve, CV17. Phrenic nerve, T6 for the diaphragm. Make sure everybody's completely covered. And that salad again, Janet, looks awesome. That's the way to go. Now a little energy charge for everyone. Yeah, let me know how you're doing, Driad. You had an issue. You were saying you were feeling lightheaded. Hope you're feeling better. Just do a little bit of grounding. Intrigued Earthling, nice to see you. Spine tingling is okay. That's just activation of the nerves and the craniosacral fluid to send messages, communication, and chi throughout the body. And then you'll eventually, ideally, I'm guessing, feel it in your fingertips. Good health to all. And again, special shout out for Augustina, who's doing great. Catherine, good to see you. I did see the comments. I can even tap some more, but you said your edema is much, much better, which is great. There are some liver herbs, but it seems you're doing all the right things. I would definitely massage castor oil into the legs. If that's what you're doing, let me know, and that we can get some feedback on that. But glad you're doing better. And we worked on the medulla as well. All right, thank you, everyone. We're right on time for you. I want to manage expectations so everybody can be okay with their schedules. And being Bonnie Caracciolo, nice to see you. And it looks like I just got a copy of the salad, which is excellent. Great. Blessings to all of you. Be kind to one another. The most powerful force we can do for the sake of humanity is kindness, compassion, sincerity, and humility and gratitude. Those things can really overpower any challenges we have in this very challenging world. This day, even in the United States, certain things happening. Good luck to all. Blessings again, and have a great day. And if you're interested in the 14-day detox clay program, let me know, and then we still have time to see that. So your question, also for Tim, quick question. The Zoom replay for the class is available within a couple of days. It's actually available in the course now. It was a couple of days after the course. So let me know if you can get into that, have access to that, and it should be okay. If not, I can walk you through it. Have a good day, everyone.